Oh yeah, apologies for the no sound before. I didn't see that the console was muted. But to further run you up to speed on the piece that we were listening to, it was another spectacular piece performed by a 12-year-old girl, composed by Sarasate, called Zugenweisen. A very awesome piece to listen to once you realize the sheer mastery that's audible performed by a little child. So enjoy. And that was Zugenweisen by Sarasate, performed by Sukyang, a Korean 12-year-old, which is always insane to think about. And the next piece that we'll be playing for you is another piece by one of my favorite piano composers called Franz Liszt. And the piece that we will be listening to right now is Un Suspiro, a piece that invokes a sense of dreaminess and longing for friendship, memories that you find peace in, occurrences that happened a long time ago that you wish to return to or long for. So that's the overall vibe I've always thought of when I've listened to this piece. So I hope you enjoy it. And that piece was Un Suspiro by Franz Liszt, performed by Rosio, one of my favorite players to listen to, because he has like the best, one of the best renditions online. Because when you look at him, you could see, like on YouTube, he has videos where you could see exactly where his fingers are going and which keys he's pressing. So it's always a joy to watch him play. So the next piece that we will be listening to is another piece by one of my favorite composers from the Impressionist era named Erik Satie. And the piece of his that we are going to be listening to is called Gnocine Number 2. A very great piece, a piece that I love a lot. So I hope you also enjoy it. And that was one of my favorite pieces, Gnocine Number 2 by Eric Satie. And to remind you about what we'll be talking about in our technology segment, we'll be talking about this new phenomenon that coincides with artificial intelligence, which is full self-driving, so full autonomy of a vehicle. We touched upon this last week, and we'll be going a little bit more in depth this week on it. We'll be discussing the future of it and its potential disruptions that it could bring in our country if it is to come, which I'm not sure if it could or can, given how harsh our taxi industries in South Africa are to change, it would experience large amounts of pushback. But I think there's a lot of benefits for full self driving, which we will hear too when we play our next song. But before we play our next song, we'll continue touching upon it. I believe, like, in terms of like efficiency, full self driving will eliminate just traffic in general, because the machine or the AI could find the best possible routes for the car, right? So if you think about it, if the vehicle can find the best possible routes, it can divert you from any disruptions from the street, because it will be connected to a network of other cars. So these cars will be communicating to each other. And if the cars are able to communicate with each other and update this database of this database, then logically, like, cars should never be in traffic, because they would instantly be aware, okay, this route is not efficient because there's like an accident there, or a dead robot, or any wide range of problems that arise. And another thing that would be very beneficial in having autonomous vehicles such as taxis is that they'll reduce, like, greatly the costs of charge. And by doing that, it'll be like far cheaper to travel longer distances. And for the owners of the vehicles, operation costs will be far cheaper for you as like an owner of fleets of these robo taxis. So if you own like a fleet of robo taxis, you could just have them um just build up money for you. You could just let them go, and then they'll pick up customers day to day. And once they return to you and they've made all the money, and then you just tweak them a little, you don't even have to pay all that much. Really, you're making most of the money without taking a lot out, except for expenses like maintenance of the vehicles, and like petroleum. And it's actually, most of these full driving cars wouldn't even run on gas because they will be electric. So you save a lot of money on gas. So yeah, those are just some of the benefits of having like full self driving. But we'll touch more upon this after we play our next song. And this song that we'll be playing next is a song by one of the most legendary classical composers, which I'm sure everyone knows. It's Beethoven, and this is his great song called Bachtel Number 2. and that was a song known by many non-classical listeners, and I'm sure you might know it from watching a lot of movies or listening to keyboards that already have songs preloaded into them. And this is one of the most um, uh, first songs that you might hear in it, and it's known by its most common and popular name, called "For Elise" by Beethoven. So, speaking on our previous topic about full self-driving vehicles, which are run by artificial intelligence, let us look at a real examples of this incoming industry. So in terms of like full self-driving taxis, we already have another company which is doing fairly good, which is called Waymo. So Waymo has released various robo taxis in the United States and across Europe, in which uh, customers could book the taxi as they would an Uber, and the Uber would come all the way to you with no driver whatsoever, and then you can go in and then arrive at your destination, which is very insane to think about. Like, I didn't know that full self-driving taxis were uh, that capable in the current state of the world. Didn't even know that they were street legal. But I guess you always learn something new. But yeah, Waymo has been paving the way for more players within the industry to pursue full self driving. Another big company that's really aggressively pursuing full self driving in their vehicles, is Tesla, with their plans of also having their own robo taxis, which they will start launching towards the world in large scales in the near future. I think they're still working on their full self driving technology to be um, very efficient and to minimize its chances of error. So they wanted to get to the point where it's perfect and it's a better driver than a human. Once you get there, then it's all safety. It minimizes car accidents because machines are less likely to make accidents like us humans do. Because we make accidents because of like mistakes, faults, not being aware of the street. Machines and AIs don't do that. They're far more efficient than we are. And on our next song, we'll be listening to a song by Schubert Stanchen called Serenade, performed by Peter Scherer. I hope you enjoy the piece.
Leise fliehen meine Lieder durch die Nacht zu dir. In den Stillen ein Hernieder, Liebchen, komm zu mir. Flüstern schlanke Wipfel rauschen in des Mondes Licht, in des Mondes Licht, des Verräters feindlich lauschen, fürchte Holde nicht. Fürchte Holde nicht. die Nachtigallen schlagen, ach, sie fliehen dich. Mit der Töne süßen Klagen fliehen sie für mich. Sie verstehen des Busens Sehnen, kennen Liebesschmerz, kennen Liebesschmerz, rühren mit den Silbertönen jedes weiche Herz, jedes weiche Herz. Lass auch dir die Brust bewegen, Liebchen, höre mich, liebend hab ich dir entgegen. Komm, beglücke mich, komm, beglücke mich, beglücke mich.
And that was Serenade by Schubert. A very interesting, lovely piece, which makes you feel like you're in an old 19th century cathedral at night, hearing a piece illuminating from the walls of the cathedral. It's the type of feeling I get from this piece. And to further talk or discuss the full self-driving and its future capabilities, I was thinking, and I thought another very useful case for it is that everybody will be able to own a car, like regardless of ability. So a person who has no hands, a person who has no feet, a person who suffers from like any sort of disability will be able to own a vehicle because they will no longer be the ones that need to drive or be behind the wheels. So they can just, like, a blind person could just own a car, step inside, pick a destination and tell the car which destination they want to travel to, and they'll just get there because that's how the technology works. You no longer need to be the one directly behind the wheel to get to your destination. And delivery too. So if you own like a large fleet of these vehicles, you could just lend them out to small businesses without being there personally. So lend them out to small businesses to do delivery for you or to do delivery from themselves, and then you earn money from that by them paying you a fee of those deliveries being made. So you can charge like a fulfillment fees. Those are some of like the business cases I thought about thinking about the future prospects of full self-driving. Yeah, so that's all I have for you in the technology segment. And to close off, we'll be playing another magical song by another great composer that I adore called Maurice Ravel, who is from France and was taught by another great composer called Claude Debussy. So the song of his that we'll be listening to is called Daphnis et Chloe. It's a very popular piece. It's one of his most popular pieces within the classical world because it portrays a sense of dreaminess. It sends you to like the picture I see when I listen to this piece is me standing like in a lush green place with very, very green grass and a waterfall, a massive waterfall falling in the background. So overall, a very tranquil feeling. So I hope you enjoy the piece as much as I enjoyed, and I'm curious what um, images it paints within your mind. So hope you enjoy the listen. So see you all later next week, same time and same day, Saturday. So enjoy the rest of your week, and I hope it's filled with blessings and love. Thank you.